So the other day, I participated in one of the biggest time sucks in the history of humanity.
No, I don't want to waste my precious time again.
That's right, I mowed some grass. Now, as I was mowing grass, wasting hours and hours of my time, I was thinking, maybe there's some positive that can come out of this. Maybe we can do something to better our garden while we're also mowing that darn grass that nobody ever wants to mow. Welcome back to the Citystead. I'm Josh, this is Oz, and today we're going to teach you guys some more urban composting methods. Are you ready? Let's get working. So I don't believe that I'm the only person who's not a giant fan of mowing lawns. I mean, after all, there's a giant industry all based around the fact that you can get somebody else to mow the lawn for you. And now, while this does seem nice having this wonderfully mowed lawn, that takes a lot of my time, and I already have a limited amount of time. So I try to maximize it the best I can. I actually usually pay for somebody to mow my lawn, but I had to do it this time just because. And I was thinking, how can I use this to better my garden? And that is where I thought, let's make a compost pile out of all these grass clippings we got. All right, so for today's compost bin, we're gonna need a little drill. And I got a 5/8 drill bit. I also got a 3/8 drill bit. And these are what we're gonna use to build our holes for rain leading and oxygen. So you can see here I have a Rubbermaid tote. These are super handy when you're working in urban environments. They're very compact. You can cover them up, which I think is the best thing about them, because you don't have any little wild critters trying to dig through them or anything like that. You can condense where they put them. I can stack these up on top of each other if I really wanted to. You can do a lot of different things with this. So they're fairly inexpensive, and this is really all we're going to be investing in. And we'll be able to use this for quite a few different seasons. So the other things that we're going to need for this system that we're going to try to do today, which is seriously just things that we can get for free. Grass clippings, which we already mowed and grass, put them in here real quick. And then newspaper. So grass clippings are high in nitrogen and newspapers are high in carbon. Those are kind of the two main ingredients for any compost. And we're also going to have oxygen so this thing can breathe, and then we're going to add water to it, and that should make us a decent little compost pile by the end of summer here. All right, bring the drill over here. Bring it here. Good job. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our 5/8 drill bit and we are gonna punch some holes along the top edge of this. 2 or 3 rows. We wanna make sure we get enough oxygen flowing through this thing to aid in the breakdown of our materials. Now you gotta put your hand on it, like this. Okay, you ready? Look at you go! You like that? Want to keep going? Alright, so if you guys aren't familiar with the other compost that we're doing in a Rubbermaid tote, I will link a video right there to it. And that one we're doing a dirt and organic matter mixture. This one we're solely going to do these grass clippings and newspaper. And we're going to kind of compare and see how that one breaks down. But this is what I mean by putting a bunch of air holes in it. You just go across. We did a couple of layers of holes. Just want to make sure we can get air to flow through there to help break everything down. Okay, so for our bottom we're using a 3/16 drill bit. You can see the difference in size. So the sides we use a larger one for just a lot of airflow. Now what I do on these bottoms is I punch just a few small holes as drainage, because I'm going to kind of let this thing self-regulate with the actual rainwater. Don't touch that. Alright, so you can see here I just punched a few little small holes in the bottom. I don't want to go too big because I don't want my soil falling out, but I want to make sure I have enough for drainage of excess water so that it's not getting in there and sitting and rotting, because too much water will definitely do some damage to your compost. So with our lid, we are going to do the same thing. We're going to punch a few small holes in it, and that's going to be to allow rainwater to naturally come into this thing and kind of limit the amount of work we're actually doing to it. That is one of my biggest things, is trying to eliminate the excess work involved with a lot of this stuff, because I can't be out here turning, you know, compost piles all the time. So we're going to try to make it so it self-regulates a little bit with the water and the air to help break down these materials at a really good pace. Alright, so now we have holes in the top and the bottom. We got our air holes in the sides. Now we're going to put our materials back in. I'm going to tell you how we're going to mix those. You want to tear it up? Alright, so my little Oz finished ripping the paper. I'm going to tell you why we did grass clippings in the paper. So there's 4 main components to compost: oxygen, water, nitrogen, and carbon. Now, your grass clippings has a green material, very high in nitrogen. This newspaper is actually high in carbon. So if we do a 2-to-1, which is the ratio we want, 2 nitrogen to 1 carbon, we should be able to break this down and make a very usable compost. And just being able to use free material, that's the best thing. The grass clippings, and then these newspapers show up every Thursday, so we just tear it up, throw it in here, and we'll just add things as we have room and space, and we'll do some turning and all that stuff. But for now, we're going to put it in here, mix it up, add some water, and that's going to be the start of it. Good job. So now that we got it all mixed up with our water and all our materials in it, we are gonna close it up. Nothing can get in there. We're gonna stack it over next to the other compost, and then we will come back on this in like a month, and we'll show you the update of how it's working, how it's breaking down, how fast it's going, and all that good stuff. So if you're looking to make some small space urban composting, I suggest some methods like this. You can really reuse a lot of materials you have just at your house laying around, stuff you can easily get like grass clippings and newspapers. Make a very good easy compost. So we will move it over here next to our other compost. There's a little space behind it I will move it to, but I wanted to show you guys this one real quick. So I did this like a month ago. You can kind of see it's already breaking down. All the leaves are kind of breaking down, and we've been mixing in a little bit of organic material here and there as it's available to us. So this one's actually doing some work. It's getting there a little bit, and one of the reasons I like drilling those holes in the bottom of these things is to kind of let things like the worms move in if they so choose. So that little worm in there thought this was a good place to live, so he crawled in through that hole in the bottom, which is good for us because that's also helping us break this stuff down and making the compost work a little bit easier for us, and just a little bit more. So there you go. There's some good ideas for urban composting, and I will keep you updated on these little systems. Plus, if you guys haven't seen, we actually do some vermi composting, which I'll put right there, a link to those videos. And yeah, that's it. So guys, remember, be bold and grow bold, and as always, we'll see you guys in that very next video.